Hey guys, Creator Mom. Woo. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning. So, I feel like I was reminded again today that, I get to choose my reactions. Let me check on something. I think the dog. Sorry, I heard something fall inside in my kitchen, and I'm like, what the hell? My dog apparently thinks she's bold enough now to try to get on the counters to try to get stuff. Anyways, I was reminded about how we get to choose our reactions to things, I mean, and that's not to say if I'm having a bad reaction or a negative one that's bad. I think just having the level of awareness, I feel like I'm having a bad reaction right now, I'm processing those is just as important. But yeah, just getting more into the fact that I get to choose my perspective and what things mean to me. Yeah, I think that life continually reminds us that it's about perspective. Everything is about perspective. There's nothing that's probably not about perspective. And it's kind of cool because it makes you realize, like, okay, like I have the power. I do have the power to choose something here, I may not be able to control the outer world with my physical hands, but I can control myself, as they say. I can experience peace. And I think that that's the point of it all. And life always brings me back full circle to the same conclusions again, because this is the conclusion that I started with when I started to desire God. I was desiring an unconditional Mother Teresa type of love, I said to myself. And I was desiring a peace that passes all understanding. I didn't know the words in the Bible. I didn't know that phrase was in the Bible. But I was like, but I described it as, I want to feel peaceful no matter what happens in my life. That is called contentment. And that is powerful. And that's where it's at. And I think that there's a fear that comes in that says, well, if you feel peaceful or content and things are not perfect on the outside or right, then that means that everything's going to stay the same. So I guess that is not necessarily true. I think the goal is remaining peaceful and remaining content no matter what. It's probably the highest goal. And again, it's just working on our energy, working on our beliefs, working on our perspective, coming back to the truth about life, And I was thinking, because I got my energy bill, and we experienced some really frigid weather in January, below 0 degrees, whatever. The whole heating system is fighting against the frigid cold. So, I was kind of anxious about that. And, but what can you do? What can you really do but try to weatherize where you live and fucking hope for the best. There's probably more you can do than that, but keep your heating at the recommended temperature or whatever. So yeah, I got my bill from that time, and then I was like, wow, okay. It wasn't a shock, because I was kind of yeah, I mean, the heat was running a lot. But then I began to think well, I can feel worried about this, I can feel upset about it, but why? And then I'm like, I love my energy company. I love having energy supplied here to keep my family warm and nourished. Like, that is a really amazing and good service, and it is worth it, you know what I mean? And just thinking about it from that perspective, like, how many things do I do every day does this energy support? You know, it supports me having clean clothes. It supports me, you know, eating good food. It supports my food being preserved in a refrigerator. It supports me having light. It supports us having a TV or a computer to use. Anything that needs to be plugged into an outlet, like, we can use, like electricity, and, you know, and it supports my hot water heater to give me hot water to take a nice warm shower. Like, all this energy supports our well-being, and that's worth every penny. So I think thinking of it from that perspective is way more wholesome, and this is what Richard Dotz talks about too. You know, when you pay your bills, pay them in gratitude, because it is you're it's not for nothing. It's like you're exchanging. It's a service provided. So it's a blessing, and that's how I choose to see it, and that's my perspective on it. So yeah, life is never not about perspective, probably.